Hey guys, EBPMAN here, and in today's video, we're going to take a look at the retail version of the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra. This literally just walked through the door. In addition to sharing with you the unboxing, I'm going to share with you the accessories that I picked with my bundle, and also we're going to take a look at the UAG line of cases for the S21 Ultra family. Let's go ahead and check it out. Now, the very first thing I'm going to highlight is that the case or the box for the Samsung Galaxy S21 is super thin, and that's because there's a lot of accessories missing. We'll go ahead and open this up. I cut the sides already, and we have this little card right here that shows Samsung. We have our S21 here, right? So here we have the S21, and we'll put this over to the side. We also then have our SIM card, right? This is an AT&T variant. And then as we go through here, we'll see what other accessories we have. Notice there's nothing else left in the box. So pretty light this time around, given some of the things that they've eliminated. So what you're going to find is you have a USB-C cable, which at least, you know, you have that. So you can see that, USB-C, and it looks like USB-C on both sides, which is good. You then have, pretty much that's it. No power adapter, no power supply. So keep in mind that you're not going to have one of those. So all you get is a cable, you get some, it looks like some user guide information, I'm sure a SIM card ejector inside, and your phone. Now with my bundle, I chose to get this Samsung case. This is one of the cases that I really enjoy from Samsung. It's the rugged protective case because it has the dual kickstand. I also then got this clear case that has a kickstand. I have also one coming that supports the stylus. The S Pen didn't come this time, so it's on back order. And I did the pre-order, so figure that one out. I did also order the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro, which you've seen, I think, are fantastic. We've done reviews on. And then what you also get is the Smart Tag, which we're going to review. Now, the screen size of the Samsung Galaxy S21 is 6.8 inches with a weight of 8.8 ounces. It has an octa-core processor, 2.8 gigahertz CPU with 3 times power efficiency that's delivered through some AI technology. You also have a refresh rate of 120 hertz. Now, the camera system, and as you can see here, this has a pretty significant camera system. You're talking about a rear quad camera. It has a 108 megapixel laser autofocus lens. It also has 2 telephotos, 10 megapixel each, and 1 ultra-wide 12 megapixel. Now the S21 Ultra also has laser autofocus, which improves focusing in short range, which we saw as a problem in previous editions, and it also helps dark conditions. In addition to that, it has a 100x zoom. So 3 times optical and 10 times digital. Now the S21 Ultra also features laser autofocus, which is going to improve short range pictures as well as taking photos in dark conditions. And we know that some of the other versions had problems with this. It also has a 100 times zoom capability. Now the front facing camera is a beast as well. You're talking about a 40 megapixel autofocus camera, and that's going to improve selfies. That's going to improve especially if you're doing, let's say, any kind of live streaming, vlogging, and typically the front-facing cameras lack. Well, this one has a beast of a camera, so you're going to be able to vlog in great quality. Now, from a battery life perspective, you're looking at 5,000 milliamp hours. Now, from a storage perspective, there's the news. No more expandable storage. So make sure if you've done your pre-order and you got a 128 thinking that you can add an expansion card to extend the memory, not going to happen. So you have to either go for the 128, 256, or the 512. I made that mistake when I was doing my order. I actually ordered the 128 because I expand. And when I realized that it wasn't available, I had to cancel my order and then order the 512 version. So this is a 512 version. This also supports S Pen. Now, it doesn't have a place where you can insert the S Pen. The case that we're getting will have an S Pen support, but it does S Pen, so it's kind of like a little bit like the Note. So they're a little the same when it comes to S Pen support. Now, before doing the startup of the phone, let's take a look at some cases that you may want to pick up that are available right now from UAG. And here we're taking a look at the Monarch series as well as the Civilian series. We have the Pathfinder, and then we also have the Lucent series. Now, the UAG line is one of my favorite cases, and it's my go-to case I have on my phone. Love the Monarch line because of the aesthetics. It just looks like a really sharp looking case. And you can see right here the Monarch. These have fantastic drop protection, a military grade. They're going to be uber durable. They last forever, and they just look great for the life of your phone. Here what we have is the Monarch with the red finish. We also have one right here that is with the, I would say, Phantom Black completely. We have the Pathfinder here, and then we have, we'll be taking a look at the Lucent. This is the actual, a smaller variant. This is for the S21, which is available too, but I don't have an S21 to show you. Now, if you were to, let's say, just insert this into your phone, and let's take a look at how this looks. Look how sharp that looks. it's just really tight. So you have really nice finish here. Notice how that module looks right there. You have great bumper protection on all sides. Cutouts are just great. Screen protection is spot on. And we're going to be doing some Whitestone Dome glass reviews shortly, and we'll test it with this case. But I have always great experience with the UAG line. Great screen protection happening all the way around, and just all in all, it's a great case. Now, for those of you who are interested in the Monarch, what I call the Phantom Black version, because everything is so dark and you can see how it looks right there, we'll go ahead and put it. Look how well they go together. They look awesome. Let's go ahead and put them together. This is what it would look like. Oh my God, this is sharp. So, matte black, great. Great protection, same drop protection that you're gonna have with the other case. It's just like stealth. And then same screen protection, same bumper protection, same cutouts. Everything is just beautiful when it comes to this case. So if you're looking for something that is going to just match your phone and go with that Phantom black color, this is the one for you. Now, keeping with that Phantom black look, here we have the Pathfinder. And I have to say, I don't know which one I like more. I'm kind of stuck between these two right now. Pretty excited. So take a look at this one. So this one has a different finish, and if you look at how they look at side by side, that's what they look like. Matte black as well. Everything is kind of just dark and well placed. Great drop protection that you're going to get from this one as well. Let's just put it on. Gotta see it on. Gotta see it on. Let's see what this looks like. Oh my God, this looks good too. Look at that. I don't know. Should I go with that one, with this one, or this one? They both look great. Take a look at that. I love how this is really, really matte black. Goes with the matte finish here and just has a great combo. That is a beautiful, beautiful case. Oh, all right, let's go to the next one before I choose which one I stick with. Let's look at now, we're going to look at the Lucent case. So we'll bring the Lucent case out. And the Lucent is transparent, right? So here we have flexible TPU. We're going to put the phone into the TPU. And you'll see this is going to give you a look of, you know, what's going on with your phone. It's going to showcase the color. And if you have any other variant, it'll showcase well. And one of the things you get is great camera module protection. Here, you'll notice the buttons are there. You do have some screen protection. Probably not as pronounced as the ones that we're looking at over here. Let's go back to this one right here for a second. Let's take a look at this. I'm liking this one. You'll notice that the camera module here protection is much more significant. Right, so that has some really good depth to it, and the screen protection is better. So I kind of love these. I like these too, and this one right here would do well as well, but I just can't show it to you with the phone on. But I'm stuck between these two. All right, so the next thing we'll do is we'll go up through the power sequence. I'm going to go ahead and power this guy up. Press and hold the power button. Let it start up, just so you can see what the screen looks like. You can see that the resolution is high here because the actual Samsung Galaxy logo and powered by Android looks really small in comparison to some of the other phones. Really nice and bright. Again, we're going to see the AT&T logo because this is an AT&T variant. We're going to let it power up. You know, one of the things I wanted to highlight also, and this is something I have to test, I hear that this variant does not have Samsung's magnetic strip technology that allows you to make payments where you don't have tap available. And that's going to be a huge, huge bummer if that's the case. I have to test that out, but I hear that it's only tap based. We'll find out later. So we're just going to go ahead and hit start, and I'm going to go through the setup process and show you what things look like. Now, I've gone through the setup process and I have not installed any of my apps. I just have the standard apps that are part of the phone, vanilla, right? And whatever comes, the type of bloatware that comes with the AT&T phone. So the first thing I want to show you is just the display. So I'm going to turn this on and you can see absolutely beautiful. You can never go wrong with a Samsung display. Look at just the colors are just so vivid. Now, from a login perspective, I'm going to use my fingerprint. You can see how fast that is. In my opinion, it's a bit faster than its predecessors, which is what you would expect. You'll notice that the UI here is a little chunky, which is something that we can address, and we'll have tips and tricks that are going to address that as well. If I go over here, you'll notice that there's some bloatware, and that's pretty much it, but we can get rid of that. And then on this side, we have Google there, which I think is pretty interesting. You don't have the Samsung proprietary stuff on that side. As we go up, you'll notice that there are very few apps installed, so this is pretty clean. But the real question is, since memory is now so, I would say, important, especially because you don't have expandable memory, how much memory is left after your setup? So what I did is I went into the settings area, and what I'm going to do, just to make sure this is coming out really clear on screen, I'm going to turn this into dark mode, right? So we're going to turn on the dark mode so that the screen is easier to see. I just prefer this one. So this is a lot easier to see. So, and by the way, that's going to be a tip as well. Here what we're looking at is 11% is used just by standard AT&T stuff and then the operating system. So we still have 512, it looks like. Well, actually we have a little bit under that. So we have 11% used. 59% of the memory is being used from our 512. So you have just a little bit over 400 gigabytes left. So keep that in mind when it comes to the size of the phone you're getting, because again, if 50 gig, almost 60 gig were used just for the setup, if you have 128, that's 50 gig less. If you have 256, that's 50 gig less. And obviously in this case, that's how much I have left. From my experience just swiping around, it's fast. You're gonna love the phone. The phone is fast. One thing that I will highlight is that this does no longer support the magnetic transmission strip technology. It's either MTS or MST. I forget how the acronym is set up. But this basically means that when you go to let's say purchase something and there's no tap to buy, that you could actually put it on the side where you swipe your credit card, and that would work. Samsung phones, the S21, they eliminated that. So now if Apple Pay is not supported, Samsung Pay isn't either. And that's something that I really enjoyed. I could use my phone anywhere. It would freak people out. You're not going to be able to do that anymore. Now, for those of you curious about how does it compare to the previous S20 Ultra. So I have an S20 Ultra here, and you'll notice that it has a UAG case. It's had it for the life of the phone, and you can see how durable and how much it's worn. Not really much. Side by side, they look very similar. If we put them from a height perspective, look at that. Even with the case, they look pretty good, except that it looks like we have some extra mics here. We're going to pop this out, so just to take a look at it. It may be a little dirty, so apologies for that. I actually use my phones, so we'll go ahead and put them side by side. And as we look at things here, you'll notice what you can expect. So it looks like from a height, from a dimension perspective, it's almost like, I want to say, yeah, it is. Let me put this like this. The S20 is a little bit taller. You can just see it right here, just a little bit taller. Put it right in here, align it just like that so you can see that, just a tad taller. From a thickness perspective, they're about the same, right? The camera module bump, in my opinion, is about the same. But I like the fact that you have this matte finish on the back. Everything else, if we were to look at this side and you're curious about that, you'll notice that it only has looks like something's moved over, right? So let's make sure we're putting them side by side. No, they're the same. So here you can see your SIM card is here. Over here you have a pinhole mic. You have your USB-C, your speaker. On this side, nothing going on here, all right? Doesn't look like it. Nope, nothing there. On the top, though, the SIM card for the, again, the S20 is on top. Now it's on the bottom, but nothing else there. And then you have your power button and control. So you won't have to, I say, relearn where your buttons are. So what are my initial impressions? Is this the phone that you should pick up? Is it the phone to upgrade? Well, if you are interested in that magnetic strip technology, right, that the ability to be able to tap your phone even where you can't tap it, this is a not buy, right? And I'll tell you, Nilda uses this a lot, and she's literally said, don't want the upgrade. She's actually sending her phone back because she uses it that much. She doesn't take out her credit cards for anything. If you're looking for an improved camera, the camera quality, which you're going to see, is fantastic. You're going to get that. If you're doing selfies and you want to be able to improve your vlogging, or let's say you're somebody who's in real estate and you're wanting to do better captures of yourself showing properties, then the 40 megapixel front facing camera, fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. It's going to up your video quality for sure, as well as the mic technology that it has. If you're concerned about storage, Storage is just, it is what it is. So you're going to have to pay more to get maybe what you already have, and then keep in mind that you won't be able to expand. So typically I have a 256 to 512 card on my phone, so I know I can survive with the 5. And then also with Google Storage, no longer unlimited, that's something else that you have to really consider. So I'm still bullish on this. I'm saying buy it. I'm saying get it. As long as those couple things that I mentioned are not something that you're worried about. So we have lots of cases on the channel, tips and tricks coming. Make sure you subscribe. See you in the next one.